Hey guys, Mika here, and I'm bringing you another beautiful Cornerstone custom tenor size ukulele, but this one has a special little twist. Custom ukulele made by Peter Moreros. So the special little twist with this ukulele is that we have a tenor size body, but if we take a look at the fretboard, maybe you guys will notice in the camera or in the video or not, but this one has a long neck or extended kind of long neck. So a typical tenor size fretboard or neck length from the nut to the bridge is typically around 17 to 17.25 inches. This one is 18 and 3/4 inch or 18.75 inches. So you're just right below, hovering right below that baritone scale length, which is typically 19 to 20 inches. So it's almost like a baritone scale length, but it's in more, you can think of it as a tenor ukulele with the extended, like a tenor extended long neck ukulele. So who is this instrument for? It's for people who may have bigger hands. I feel like I have normal sized hands, so for me the stretch is a little long for me. But if you're, a bigger person, bigger hands, it's you're gonna have more room and more space, with the extended long neck here. So getting into the aesthetics of this instrument, very, very beautiful instrument. We have sinker redwood top, and honestly, I played a lot of instruments, and this might be one of the prettiest. The curls, the little grain patterns on the sides. Again, I'm not sure how much you can see it within the camera, but it is absolutely, it's stunning. I love sinker redwood when the looks of it. So this one is fantastic looking. Yeah, and then on the sides and back, very, very vibrant. It jumps out at you, orange. We have cocoa bolo rosewood with a nice white sapwood here in the middle. Just check out that kind of grain pattern. It's all over the place. It's crazy. It's just, it really draws your attention. Whether you're looking up close like this or if you're far away, it just captures this nice craziness about the cocoa bolo. Even here on the sides, very vibrant, very, very beautiful. Yeah, so this is really nice. And then here on the front, we have the abalone shell or a powell shell here that wraps around the body of the instrument. Now, these aren't the exact colors, but when I look at these colors around the rosette, I think of the outer part, the brighter blue, as a cerulean blue, for those of you who may have never heard of cerulean blue. And then the inside kind of reminds me of like an indigo kind of blue. Two really blue colors that we don't really use in our everyday vocabulary unless you're an artist. But it's funny because I know those two words because when I was in elementary, when your parents buy you a crayon box, you get either the 24, the 48, the jumbo one. You feel rich, you feel powerful with having like 128 crayons. But I think it was in the 48 crayon box. There's my favorite blue was this color, and it was cerulean. And of course, when you're in like third, fourth grade, you go home like, Mom, what's that? I can't pronounce that word. So that's the only reason why I know cerulean blues, one of those random blues. And then indigo is another blue, the darker blue color in the crayon box. But anyway, so really, really nice contrast with the sinker redwood here around the rosette. And then we have ebony binding here on the top and on the back. We also have ebony wood on the bridge, and here on the fretboard, and here on the headstock with the sail pattern, and also we have curly coal on the other half of the sail pattern. Here, the Cornerstone label right up there, and then we have a beautiful tree of life here on the headstock of the instrument. Right here we have this kind of greenish, bluish, almost like a teal kind of color. It's like a Celtic themed little inlay here on the 12th fret. Even though this is an extended, sorry, I keep saying extended, but this is a long neck tenor with that extra 1.5 inch scale length, we still have 14 frets to the body, which is still typical of a tenor size instruments with 14 frets joined to the body of the instrument. Here on the side, you have your Cornerstone Classic, your Cornerstone. The unique part of Cornerstone's the side port is this 3-leaf side port right here. And then another unique thing about Cornerstone ukuleles is here the armrest or the bevel armrest. What I really like about this armrest is that it goes down really far, typically farther than most other ukulele builders. And when I got to speak to him, he told me his reasoning was, all of us hold and play ukuleles differently. For me, I'm more classically trained, so I like to hold mine at a 45-degree angle, meaning if I come here, it's right just enough where I'm riding on the top part of the instrument, just like this, so it's very comfortable. But there's a lot of people who play with their, necks like this, or they'll play it holding it towards their body. So if you're coming at it from this angle, your arm still catches it on the bottom because it goes so much further down. Usually bevels will kind of be in this 45-degree angle of the ukulele right here, but because it goes all the way down, even if I'm holding my instrument like this, I still can take advantage of that nice bevel here on the bottom. So really a nice touch. That's just a very intuitive thing to put because Peter is also a musician. So he just knew like this would be a great idea, and I absolutely agree. It's a great idea to have an extended like bevel length on all of his instruments. His instruments also on this ukulele, he has a radius fretboard, and for me personally, I do like radius fretboard. I think it's that extra small difference of when you're making a bar chord, that slight curvature makes it just that much easier, just a little easier to go ahead and hold your bar chords or any other chords of that matter with your left hand. And then last but not least, we have a mahogany neck here, satin finish, and then we have Goto tuners with the red buttons. Really, really nice. It really makes the headstock stick out a lot with that bright red, and then you turn it around, that bright red with the bright orange. A lot of nice little aesthetic little features going on with this ukulele. So another beautiful piece by Mr. Peter Marrero. So going into sound, the first thing that I want to mention off the bat is that this ukulele is tuned in what we call the B flat 6 tuning. So basically all that, it sounds fancy, but all it is that if you were to go ahead and bar the second fret like this, then you get the standard tuning of the ukulele. Due to the extended neck or the long neck, you kind of don't want to, you want to be careful with the string tension. So by slacking the strings a little bit and by tuning it down, 2 frets like this. So this is standard tuning, and then this is the B flat tuning. So thinking of it like a whole step down for those of you who know music theory, it's tuning a whole step down to this. So when you do that, you're gonna get looser string tension, but you're also gonna get a much warmer sound because it's tuned lower, but now the strings aren't gonna be as tight. It's gonna be looser, so the strings can wobble a little more. So when you're playing these chords, it just sounds so lush, so warm, so just inviting. Super warm. Yeah, anytime I play a Cornerstone or I think of Cornerstone ukuleles, I like to think of it as being really warm instruments. But Peter does a good job of being able to balance, excelling in that warm kind of tone, that the sound spectrum. But he does a good job of balancing his instrument, meaning like if I want to, dig in and get, those highs on the A strings, it's super crisp, it's clean, it's articulate. If I do fingerstyle, it's super clean, all the notes here on the E string, here on the C string, and on the low G string, or low F string, I guess, because the tuning is down. So yeah, all in all, very clean, very, very nice, lush tone, really rich. It's just so easy on the ears. It's soothing almost. I would even go take it a step further. It's almost like therapeutic. Just really nice on your ears. Yeah, so fantastically built instrument. It looks awesome and it sounds amazing. So let's go ahead and take this instrument for a sound sample spin. So here we go. And this is what this ukulele would sound like with a bit of strumming.